Howdy folks, welcome to Loco Shortline Operations. If you've seen my stream or the live stream archives, you've seen I've been playing a little bit of this over on my Twitch channel. Link to that is on the About channel, or the About channel. It's on the About page of the channel. But today I wanted to make a quick little video. I'm still kind of learning, and I messed up the loading of some of this cargo. So I kind of fixed that one a little bit with the Euro crane, but we're just going to take a look at some of the things you can do in game. And one of those is use a crane. So you can see there are some road vehicles. I'm going to use the truck at some point for exploring. There's oil on the map somewhere. I need to find that. So this is a work in progress, but its advantage is you can grab cargo and it doesn't rotate. It's kind of a fixed grab. The big crane is a lot more versatile, but it just has the single hook. So things can move, but we're going to try to use that to get this cargo shifted a little bit. And if you're not familiar with this game, it's got a lot going for it. Some people are turned off by the graphics, but it's made by basically one dude who is a developer, not an artist. So he's used bits and bobs and models from here and there. But it's got a lot of good gameplay to it. One of the cool things is you can actually put down railroad wheels. It's a little hard to see. Let me hop out here. It's very much a work in progress, so keep that in mind. It's got little rail wheels to come down. And you can drive this right on the rail. I didn't really need to do that here in the starting area, but I just wanted to show that off. So let's retract those. So I'm going to come back here. I want to try to shift this bundle of plywood just a bit. Apparently we are really smoky. Let's get the, oops, I thought I hit the key for the parking brake. Apparently I didn't. That up a little bit. Let's back up just a hair. Parking brake back on. And let's get our outriggers down for stability. This thing is super heavy, so it does a pretty good job lifting. I think it weighs like 90,000 kilograms, something like that. And get our feet down. And I'm still learning all the controls. I'm pretty much a noob at this game, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. Got a lot going for it. And let's lower that down. So you want it just above what you want to hook to. I'm going to hook, and then I should be able to lift that without lifting the entire train car. Let's see if we can just kind of scooch. There we go. Just scooch that over. It's in the wrong key there for a second. I want to kind of try to force that over, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. And it's kind of making it almost worse, isn't it? All right. Oh, there it goes. Pop loose. Let's rotate that. The camera controls are a little goofy. Again, work in progress. You can see my guy is just literally like standing in the cab. So the camera's a little off. Yeah, I can't really get that rotated around, but it's off. It's off of the other bundle now, so I'm going to call that mission accomplished. Let's get this guy put back. So there's more than just driving trains. There's industries. So I was able to start out with some standard goods from way over there, took those up. I got some logs from the northeast corner of the map. And then there's a mill down that way, turns them into lumber. Now that I've got that cycle going, I can just take logs up there, bring the logs back, or sorry, take logs from up there to the mill, take the lumber from there up there, and that makes more logs get produced. So I'm just printing money at this point. However, the economy is dynamic. The more you sell, the more the price goes down. So you got to kind of watch that and work the different industries. It's a lot of fun. So now that we got that kind of situated in place, let's go put our crane back up. So the map itself is huge. This is map 2. I think it's 10 by 10 kilometers. Map 1, which if you saw my first stream on this, that's what I was playing on, is I think 14 by 14 kilometers. So pretty good sized maps. Just gonna hop out of that. I like this map. It's just got a little more detail, and it's got green. It's got green on it. It's not just kind of all brown and grays. So I liked it quite a bit. But I want to go sell this plywood now. So let's hop in here. I finally saved up enough. Got the old GP38-2 with the sort of Burlington Northern scheme on it. This needs some work too. You can see from out, or sorry, you can see out from inside, but you can't see into the cab. I think the F40 is better, but I like the look of this thing. So let's get this thing started. It's got plenty of power. Oh, and I actually wanted to pick up another flat car while I was here. I meant to run 8, and I'm only running 7. So let's go to wagons, and then I want, yeah, that one. So I finally figured out what the R was. If you look up, it's the same thing, but it's got narrow gauge rails on it, so you can transport narrow gauge stuff around. Yep, there is dual gauge. You can, whoa, what's going on over here? Oh, that was a leftover. I had a ramp here at one point, so I could buy stuff and then it would roll down to the rest of the train. You can run dual gauge track. There's, like I said, there's just a lot going on in this game. It's pretty nice. But we don't want that one. We want just the regular one. So let's buy one of those. And put the handbrake on so it doesn't roll away. And then we're going to grab that. We could even grab that on the way back. Then we'd be going the wrong direction. I've got one of these cars that's backwards. I need to get that turned around at some point. But anyway, there's a lot to do here on Fedora Railroad. I don't want to get too bogged down. The little starter diesel's over there on the other side of the turntable. So we might get that car turned around at some point. Let's get on the move here. I'm going to get here kind of in the cab where I can see the... So the amp meter is kind of works almost like a wheel slip indicator. It's not realistic controls. We've got our speedometer there. I'm going to bring up the UI here. And take off the brakes. Give her a little throttle. And the reverser works kind of like a gearbox. Like I said, it's not realistic controls. It takes a little getting used to. There you can see we got some sparks. We got some wheel slip. Need to back off and make sure we're not slipping. But speaking of map, yeah, you can see the tracks, on the map. You can throw turnouts on the map. Super handy. You can teleport around between your different vehicles and rail cars. There's a lot of nice little quality of life features in Loco. And I can just hop out here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that forward. And since I've been in the cab of that, I'm kind of sort of linked to that locomotive now, so I can still control it. I just bought the GP38. I'm still getting kind of used to driving it. It's got a decent amount of power. But this is a heavy train. This is, forget how many bundles of plywood at 15 metric tons each. I'm going to slow that down. Throw that. Everything else is aligned. You can fly if you want. Good for surveying. Whee! All right, let's get the reverser. Start bringing that on back. Just looking for sparks there. Make sure we're not sparking. So the turntable works great. You can also snap track to like any position. So I just rotate it around, snap track off of it, and boom. Very nice. I've got a little stub end yard here just for sorting cars or storing things. So I've been having a lot of fun with this game. And there's things you can build, like oil storage tanks, diesel refineries. I'm just kind of getting started, running goods around. I love the fact that there's like cranes and trucks. There's a forklift for the smaller cargo stuff. There's a Ural and the pickup truck. You can actually just haul stuff around in that if you wanted to. I'm going to ease on back here because this is a fairly heavy train. And you can just scroll in here for first person. A pretty decent horn on it. All right, the brakes on. Those together. So since the models come from various places, it's kind of a mix a lot of times between like British, US, Russian, European, various different train styles. The couplers, you'll see some buffers on some of the stuff. But the couplers are just you know, compromise so it all works together. Like I said, it's not necessarily aiming for realism. It's going for gameplay, and it is a ton of fun. All right, reverser back at about 15%. Bump the throttle, come off on the brakes. And I'm going to bop up to my locomotive. So we went to that one, to this one. There we go. And we should be, yeah, we should be lined up to get all the way up to the mill. So let me zoom all the way out here. So you start here at the starter yard, and then you can kind of start running standard goods over to the heavy goods. Take standard goods over here, it gives you heavy goods, and then heavy goods will give you stuff elsewhere. So you can see the red is my track. I haven't got everywhere yet. What I've been doing is making lumber here and selling it up at the Greenville docks, which gives me logs. But you get better production value for logs if you take it rocks, which come from the quarry. So I need to build a line at some point up to the quarry, get that figured out. And there's other places I haven't been here yet. All right, let's go ahead and amp up. And you can kind of tell by the jittery ammeter how much wheel slip you got, or if you need to apply more reverser. I'll take that up to about 50%. It's a little bit of a dance between the regulator and the reverser. I kind of wish it was just normal diesel controls, but it is what it is. There's also steam. There's steam engines as well. So it's all kind of one simplified control scheme for now. All right, we're pretty much out of the yard. Let's see if we can start getting some speed up. We're getting a little bit of slip. Then go ahead and work the reverser up to 100. Start working the throttle up. Yeah, getting a little bit of slip. Looks like we need to be around 50 for now. Yeah, we're still getting a little bit of wheel slip. Maybe back off on the reverser a bit. It's a balancing act, like I said. I'm still learning my way around it. We're up to 30 mile an hour. Should be able to pick up some speed here. Basically, when the load goes to 0, you know you've kind of tapped out your current speed at your reverser level. We're up to 40 miles an hour now. So the starter Loco taps out at like 30 miles an hour. I've had this up to almost 80 under the right conditions. There we go. We got full reverser engage, 75 on the throttle. So that track goes south to another spot. I think that goes down to the heavy goods. I put a little crossing in there just for decoration. A little bit of wheel slip. So I'm not a huge fan of the track. There's a lot of options for track laying, but there's no like road bed. So it does look kind of goofy. There are trestles and bridges and things. Again, work in progress, not a finished product. What we have works really well. And yes, you can derail. I've done that quite a few times already. Usually when I get distracted by work, I'll have a train going across the map, because it takes a little while, you know, to get across the map. And then I'll forget. It'll run right off the end of the track. And that's what the cranes are for. Whee! A little goofy on that track. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling here at 60. I'm gonna slow it down just a bit. There's that blue diamond there that marks a sell point. There's another one over there. So that's where we're headed. That's Greenville Docks. And I want to use this hill over in here to kind of bleed off my speed as we come into the docks. So I'm going to come off the throttle. Ooh, yeah, we were really rocking and rolling. So I didn't bleed off nearly enough speed. I'm going to go ahead and get on the brakes. We're going to be throwing sparks like nobody's business. And I forgot to look and see. Am I switched? Need a little faster scrolling. No, we need to switch there. There we go. Now we're set to go into the docks. So yeah, the spark effect is a little overdone, but we are screeching to a halt, as Twitch chat likes to say. I'm still learning the ropes. And I just bought this engine, so it's new to me. It's a lot faster than the starter Loco. I'm just go ahead and lock up the brakes and see if we can skid to a stop here. And what makes more money? We've got 30,000 already, so we're doing okay on the money department. There's always more stuff to buy. More cars, more Locos. Alright, let's go ahead and run over here. So the green box is where we sell stuff. It's 2 different walk speeds, so I can speed up there. So we just need to sell it as it comes by. You can see lumber says 1990. That's like the starting price. I'll show you the real price here in a minute. Come all the way up on the brakes. You see it says sell coal. I'm not sure there's a coal sale point here. The same board is used everywhere. Some places you can sell coal on a separate track. It actually belly dumps from the hoppers. So you can see this is pretty profitable. And we'll take a look after we sell this. So if we hit our I menu, that shows us the prices for everything. If I hold left alt, I can use the mouse cursor. So you can see we're up here at Greenville Docks. They're only paying $14.65 now for lumber because I've sold quite a bit up here. They're still paying full price for rocks. So you can see lumber started in 1990. It's down like $500 a bundle now because I've been selling around 3, 4, 5 trips up here or something like that. It's been kind of my main money maker. And then you can see the production. So lumber gets us 75% of the way. I'm down here, so this makes logs. So we got 20 logs for that load of lumber. If we brought rocks, we would get more bang for the buck because it's 100% production. We're bringing standard goods all the way up here. I only get 20%, but it can get you started. Get a few logs, start working your way up. So yeah, rocks. And from what I understand, they're like giant quarried stones that you need flat cars for. It's not like crushed gravel. So there we go. I need to load up some logs and get headed out of here. Take the brakes off. There's a lot of coupler slack. So you can see I've got 8 cars, 20 logs. So we're going to have to get a little bit creative with some of the loading. Ooh, that was a little too close to the end. And with all the slack and the momentum, it's a little tricky sometimes getting everything lined up right. So close. Bump the throttle a little bit. There we go. Oh, spawn. All right, cool. So we can do 2 per car. That gets to 16, and we'll have 4 extra logs. So we need to triple stack at some point. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm not going to make this a long one. Some Loco Shortline operations. Great little game. You can find it on Steam. It's super cheap. It's like 14, 15 bucks, something like that. There's a Discord you can join. The developer's very active on there. In fact, Joe, the developer, even stopped by my stream the other night and answered a ton of questions. So thank you, Joe, for doing that. Appreciate it. Great little game. Check it out. If you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up. If there's enough interest, I might make some more videos on this. But it will be part of my regular stream rotation over on Twitch for a while. I'm having a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.